Hey everybody, it's the Ginger Optimist, and I'm back in my kitchen today with my friend Alex.
Hi!
We are going to make cheesecake in the Instant Pot versus
Sous Vide Cheesecake.
So we're gonna find out which one is best. So let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do is make our cheesecake crust. So we are going to just, I've got 1 pack of graham crackers in here. It's about 9 crackers, and we're going to use the Ninja. If you don't have a Ninja, you are gonna want one of these babies. It's amazing. Okay, so now we are going to mix our crust. Do you wanna mix the crust for me?
Sure.
All right, thanks. Okay, so I'm gonna melt the butter. Why don't you go ahead and add in the brown sugar and the salt?
Okay.
Okay, gonna add the butter. Perfect, thank you. Okay, so I've already put parchment paper in the bottom of my springform pan, and I've got butter on the sides of the pan, and we're just going to put this crust right in.
Crust is like one of my favorite parts of a cheesecake.
You're gonna love this. This recipe, it is amazing. How does that look?
Really good.
Okay, there's our crust. How does that look? Okay, now we are gonna put this in the freezer, and while this is in the freezer, we will make our cheesecake batter. Okay, so we've got our batter mixed for the first cheesecake, and I'm gonna pull the crust out of the freezer, pour this in, and get it ready to go.
So pretty.
Look, it looks so good. Oh, it smells divine. I'm adding a cup of water. We're gonna put the cheesecake, it's on its trivet, gonna set that down inside. Okay, now we're gonna put the lid on. And you wanna make sure that your venting knob is on sealed. And we're gonna let it do its thing.
Okay, so we're gonna do the crust for the sous vide cheesecake now. I have the same crushed graham crackers from earlier. And to that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of brown sugar and a pinch of salt. And then I'm going to stir that together until it's relatively evenly combined. And to that, I will add 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And then I will stir that in until it is evenly worked through and it has about the texture of wet sand. Now, 4 tablespoons is a pretty good amount of butter to be going on, but it can vary based on where you live and the climate. So a good way to tell if there's enough butter is if you take a little between your fingers and press it and it holds its shape, then it's enough butter.
Okay, so what do we do with that?
Okay, so for the sous vide cheesecake, I'm going to put this into 4-ounce mason jars and tamp it down, just like a normal cheesecake crust.
Awesome, let's do it.
I have like this little tool that I use to tamp them down, but you can pretty much use the end of like a wooden spoon or anything that you have that fits in the jars.
The crust is ready, and now we are going to make the cheesecake batter.
Okay, so for the batter, I'm gonna start with 16 ounces of room temperature cream cheese. And to that, I'm going to add some sugar, as well as some salt and some cornstarch. And And now I'm gonna mix this on low until it is evenly combined. Okay, now that it's well combined, I'm going to add some vanilla.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it because I wanna ask, so for people that don't know, why did we mix the cream cheese with the dry ingredients and not the wet ingredients first?
Okay, so we mix the cream cheese with the dry ingredients first to kind of break up the cream cheese so that when you add in the wet ingredients, it's not super lumpy. You can recover from it if it is lumpy by mixing it for longer, but it's just a lot easier this way.
Okay, so we'll turn this back on. Thank you, Alex.
And I'm also adding the wet ingredients gradually, so I'm going to add the sour cream, just a little dollop at a time. And next I'm going to add 2 eggs, one at a time. I'm cracking them on the counter, that way you don't force the shell back up into the egg. Not only does that help you to not break your yolk, but a lot of times if there's gonna be salmonella on an egg, it's gonna be on the shell, so you minimize the chance of that getting in the actual egg. And I crack the eggs into a separate container first. That way, if I get a little shell in or if it's a bad egg, I don't ruin this whole batch of cheesecake.
Now for our secret ingredients.
Yeah, food grade lime essential oil. I'm gonna add about 6 or 7 drops of this.
If you turn it a little more, it'll go. Oh, that smells divine.
Yeah, it does.
You know what? Let's add a couple more.
Okay.
All right, so we did about 10 drops.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna let this finish mixing until it's fully combined, and then we'll get it in the cheesecake jars.
Oh, raw egg. Not a good idea. Forgot about the raw egg.
Okay, so I'm just gonna spoon a little bit of this into each mason jar, and I have this mason jar funnel to help me out. You can pick this up at your nearest Walmart. It's like less than $5.
I think it was like
$2 something.
$2.
Yeah.
Okay, how tight are we gonna put the lids on? Not very tight, correct?
You want them not super tight. So tight enough that water doesn't get in, definitely. But not so tight that you're like straining to tighten it. Just as
Like that?
the term for it is like fingertip tight. So as tight as you can tighten it with your fingertips and no more.
Perfect. I remember when you made these a long time ago and they were really amazing.
Yeah, they're great. And they're great for if you're having a party or entertaining because you can do as many as you can fit in your water bath.
That's cool. The Instant Pot is beeping because it's cooked 26 minutes. Now we're gonna let it self-release for 10 minutes and then we'll take it out.
So now I'm going to lower the Sous Vide Cheesecakes into this water bath. I have the water preheated to 185 degrees. And you can just use a pair of tongs, or if you have a mason jar lifter, you can use one of those, but just be careful. And you can stack them on top of one another as well. Okay, and now I'm going to let these cook in the water bath for about 90 minutes.
Okay, then we'll come back and take them out. And do they have to go in the refrigerator like my cheesecake does?
Yes, for a cheesecake, you're going to want these to chill until they're firm. So at least an hour or 2, but preferably overnight.
Okay, all right, so we'll come back in an hour and a half and check them out.
Yep.
Okay, so it's time to take the cheesecake out of the Instant Pot. I'm gonna pull this out carefully. And there's a little moisture on top, so I'm just gonna take some paper towels and get that moisture off. Okay, I think we got all the moisture off. See how nice that looks? I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator. It's supposed to be in there for 4 hours, and then it'll be ready to eat. Okay, so our timer has gone off on the sous vide. So are you ready to take the cheesecakes out?
Yes.
All right. That's pretty cool. So with the same recipe for my one cheesecake, we made 10 individual little cheesecakes.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we gonna do now with them?
Okay, so I'm gonna let them sit at room temperature for a little bit because they are in glass jars, and then I'm gonna put them in the fridge.
Okay. All right, so we'll come back a little later and taste test. Our cheesecake is ready. And to show you how to get it out of the springform pan, I'm gonna set it on top of this jar and gently push. How cool is that? Oh, look at my beautiful cheesecake. Okay, and Alex made an amazing fruit topping to go over the cheesecake. Should we try some?
Sure.
All right, and I'm gonna put this on a plate. So why don't you get the fruit and I'll put this on a plate.
Okay.
This is my
Oh,
JoJo. The camera girl.
Well, you know, cut off the spotlight.
Okay, come. I have to brag on Joanna. Oh, I feel so tiny next to you. Joanna, I've known her since she was 4 years old. And she just graduated high school Thursday night. But the incredible thing is, 2 weeks before that, she graduated from college with an AA in business. So just a shout out for JoJo. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Go around with
There you go. Oops.
There we go.
It's oh so pretty. Are you ready to try it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Girl, this is sinfully delicious. We'll put the recipe for the fruit sauce down below as well. My goodness, is this good.
Yeah.
This is better than Cheesecake Factory. What do you think?
I've never been to Cheesecake Factory, actually.
Really? Wow. Okay, we gotta try yours.
Okay.
This is the Instant Pot cheesecake. Now we're going to try the Sous Vide Cheesecake. Same recipe.
I'm just gonna put a little bit of sauce on it.
And we probably
I'm
should
gonna
take the
strawberry
strawberries
off.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You ready?
Yeah.
I should let you get some first. I should get some cheesecake. It's good. I think this one is just, I don't know.
Lighter, I think.
Yeah, but this is still really good.
This is like a more velvety richness, and that one's more like light richness.
Well, either way, you can't go wrong. I would have to say, I would go vote for this one as being the absolute best in my opinion, not because it's mine, but because of the taste. But this one is really good too, so you can't go wrong. Tell me honestly, what is your favorite?
I think my favorite is a hung jury. I like this one better.
You like that one
It's just
better?
a little bit more creamy and velvety.
Okay. Right, hey. So either way, it's amazing, so you can't go wrong. Maybe we're just prejudiced of our own. Thank you so much for watching the Ginger Optimist. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give us a thumbs up. And if you're not following me already, I hope you will. And if you want, you can hit the bell and it'll let you know every time one of my new videos comes out. Hope you have a great rest of your day. God bless. Bye.
Wait, so it goes in the fridge 4 hours before it cooks?
No.
I was gonna say, you already cooked this.
What am I doing?
Hey, you're having a rough.
I am having a rough day. No, we don't put it in the refrigerator. Ah!
I was thinking, I didn't even know she cooked it already.
Lord have mercy. What is wrong with me? Duh.
That's funny.
No, it's not. It's scary. And now we're just not even going to cook it. We're just going to put it in the freezer.
It's a no-bake cheesecake.
Which makes it a no-eat cheesecake too.
Oh yeah, we put the eggs in.